The night is dark. The air is cold. A black woman moves silently through the thick woods. Behind her, a small group follows black men, women, and children. Their feet are tired. Their hearts are pounding. But they cannot stop. They are running for their lives. In the distance, dogs bark. Slave catchers are close. Fear spreads through the group. A man whispers, "Maybe we should turn back." A mother clutches her baby, eyes filled with worry. The woman turns to them. Her deep black skin shines in the moonlight. Her voice is strong, steady. "We keep going, or we die as slaves. Freedom is ahead." She knows what slavery means: chains, whips, pain. She will never let them go back. She grips a small pistol, not to harm, but to remind them. They are not slaves anymore. They are free people, and they will fight for that freedom. This woman is Harriet Tubman, a warrior, a leader, a savior for her people. This is her story. Before proceeding further in the story, I request you to subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in 1822 in Maryland. She was not treated as a person. She was treated as property. From a young age, she worked long hours in the fields. She was beaten. She was starved. She had no freedom. One day, a slave owner hit her on the head with a heavy object. She almost died. From that day on, she suffered from sudden blackouts and strong visions. She believed these visions were messages from God, guiding her to a greater purpose. Harriet knew one thing. She could not live as a slave. She wanted freedom, not just for herself, but for her people. And one day, she made a brave decision. She would run away. She did not know what was ahead, but she knew she could not stay. One night, Harriet Tubman made a choice. She would escape. She had no map, no food, and no help, but she had faith. She looked up at the sky and followed the North Star. It would lead her to freedom. She walked for miles, hiding in swamps and forests. She was cold, hungry, and afraid. Slave catchers were everywhere. If they caught her, they would punish her or even kill her. But she did not stop. Kind people along the way helped her. They gave her food, a place to rest, and whispered directions to safe houses. This secret path was called the Underground Railroad, a network of people who helped slaves escape. After many days of walking, Harriet finally reached Pennsylvania. She took a deep breath. For the first time in her life, she was free. But she was not happy. She thought about her family and others still in chains. She knew she had to go back. She had to help them escape too. Harriet Tubman was free, but her heart was not at peace. She thought about her family and her people still trapped in slavery. She could not leave them behind. So she made a brave decision. She would go back. It was dangerous. If she was caught, she would be punished or killed. But she was not afraid. She returned to the South, risking her life to lead others to freedom. Harriet used the Underground Railroad, a secret network of safe houses and helpers. She traveled at night, guiding small groups north. She used tricks to avoid capture. Sometimes she dressed as an old woman. Other times she carried chickens to pretend she was a simple farm worker. She led over 300 slaves to freedom. She never lost a single person. People began calling her Moses because, like the biblical leader, she guided her people out of bondage. But unlike Moses, she never had a staff. She had a pistol. She carried it not to harm, but to give strength. If anyone wanted to turn back out of fear, she told them firmly, "You'll be free or you'll die a slave, but you will not turn back." Harriet Tubman had become a legend, a fearless woman who would stop at nothing to bring her people to freedom. Harriet Tubman was a wanted woman. Slave owners were angry that she was helping people escape. They put a huge reward on her head. Anyone who caught her would be rich. But no one ever did. She traveled at night, moving through forests, rivers, and swamps. She never took the same path twice. She used secret codes, sang hidden messages in songs, and trusted only a few people. The journey was full of danger. Slave catchers searched for her. If she was caught, she would face terrible punishment. But she never showed fear. She carried a pistol for protection. If anyone in her group wanted to turn back, she warned them, freedom or death, but never slavery again. She suffered from sudden blackouts because of her old head injury. But even when she fell, she got up and kept going. She never lost a single person on her journey. She was smart, strong, and fearless. Harriet Tubman risked everything for freedom. She was not just running from danger. She was running toward a better future for her people. Harriet Tubman changed history. She led over 300 slaves to freedom. She gave them a new life, filled with hope and dignity. She proved that one brave person can make a difference. Her work did not stop with the Underground Railroad. During the Civil War, she became a spy, nurse, and scout for the Union Army. She helped lead a raid that freed over 700 slaves in one night. She was the first black woman to lead a military operation in the U.S. After the war, she fought for civil rights and women's rights. She opened a home for poor and elderly black people. She spent her life helping others, never seeking fame or wealth. Today, Harriet Tubman is remembered as a hero. She was small in size but mighty in spirit. Her courage, strength, and love for her people made her one of the greatest freedom fighters in history. Harriet Tubman's story is a lesson in bravery, sacrifice, and love for her people. She risked her life so others could be free. She never gave up, no matter how dangerous the journey was. She showed the world that freedom is worth fighting for. Her legacy lives on. Schools, streets, and monuments are named after her. Her face will be on the US $20 bill, honoring her incredible work. But more than that, her spirit lives in every fight for justice and equality. Harriet once said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." She proved that one person's courage can change the world. Her story is not just history, it is inspiration. It reminds us that no matter the struggle, we must keep moving forward. If you found Harriet Tubman's story inspiring, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Harriet Tubman fought for freedom. Now it's our turn to keep her legacy alive. Share this video to spread her story and inspire others. Thank you for watching.